Yo, what's going on, gamers? I just learned something interesting today. So, give a little bit of context. Last night, I was going through the chapter 13 on my alt account. I was using Enya with the new life, and I had noticed that for whatever reason, Life's ultimate was proccing Enya's support skill damage. Now, I just recorded a video that I'm not going to post because initially I thought this was like a bug or something because when I read Enya's support skill, um, where is it? Yeah, when I read Enya's support skill, it buffs skill damage. Now, prior to about 5 minutes ago, I thought skill damage was only considered for standard skills. That is not the case. That is considered for anything that's labeled skill. This is the first game I've ever come across that operates like that. Not like I'm complaining, but this makes India a bit better than I thought initially. Because, again, like, because I thought it was standard skills, I thought it only benefited, um, Cyrus's little rush thing, Cherno's little orb, they had orb damage, Haru's skill, stuff like that. But now that I know that's not the case, Enya's like support is a lot better than I initially thought. Because now, like, I realized that it buffs Katya's ultimate skill as well. Or, well, I'm using Katya as an example because, Katya was a character I was using in my now video that I'm not going to put up. But it was buffing her ultimate skill. It wasn't by much, but it was buffing it a little bit. But what I do want to keep in mind is that just because it buffs, like, skill damage and stuff doesn't mean that if you use a skill to apply an effect to your weapon that it buffs that damage. I.e., with the Owl's case, she wasn't receiving any like increased damage for her standard skill nor her ultimate skill. I'm guessing it has something to do with it being labeled ballistic damage instead. But the one thing that it did buff is the burning effect that Yao has from her neural skill. That was getting buffed, which is interesting. Um, um, but yeah, like this just makes India better than I initially thought. To be honest with you, like this might be good for players who have her but lack support like me. Because now, like now that I know that, I'm just gonna use her on on more teams now. If I ever wanted to make a Marion team, I'm probably gonna run her with Marion, even though I doubt she's gonna be that good, just because Marion's skill makes her fucking move around the map at like Mach 80. Or even Cyrus, even though I use her with Cyrus anyway, whatever, like during Neural Sim or whatever. If I had the slot open, I could run her with Cyrus now. Um, with this life, like the new life, she has an interesting interaction with her, where on her skill, she buffs the skill, like the standard skill itself, but also as well the instant insight mark. Also, I believe get a buff as well. It definitely, procs the extra damage from Enya's thing, because whenever you use her dodge shot and an enemy is marked with instant insight, as you will know, it fires an additional shot. This additional shot deals or procs Enya's skill damage, support skill damage or whatever. So yeah, I just want to share this information because maybe I'm the only person that played this game right now who doesn't know that. But if something generally says skill damage, consider that like your whatever it's like your skill damage. So for example, if you're using an ultimate skill, like as long as it's not ballistic damage, it's probably going to get an increase. Standard skill, I'm not sure about support skills, as I believe you have to be on field, but maybe I'm wrong with that. I didn't really test it, nor do I really feel like it. But I'm guessing as well, if something specifically says like ultimate skill or standard skill, or I guess like how do I explain this? If it doesn't specify what type of skill damage, best to assume that it means anything considered skill damage. So for example, if you're wanting to only buff your standard skill, it has to specifically say standard skill. Otherwise, it could be considered anything else, which is interesting. So, yeah, I just want to share this information with y'all for anyone who doesn't know. But anyway, I'll see you all next time. Sorry if I'm like spamming with videos or whatever. I'm guessing this is just a big week for me with Snowbreak. But yeah, I'll see you all later. If you do like my videos, do consider subscribing. Anyway, yeah, see you later. All right. Anyway, I'm done with my little rambling. Uh, long story short, um, this game works a bit different than I thought initially. I just need to do better. Anyway, if anybody likes, if anybody's new around here and kind of enjoys the way I do my content or is a big fan of Snowbreak, do consider subscribing. If not, it's all right. You don't really have to. But other than that, I'll see you all later. Hope that you have a great day. And yeah, this game is peak.